Hello guys, this video will cover how to create fantasy effects for Webtoon. This part is usually added during the finishing process. So, let's briefly go over a few things before moving on to the finishing stage. This is the storyboard I will be working on. As you can see, prepare a sketch of the character in a ready stance. Tilt the camera to make the scenes feel more dynamic and also sketch the flow of superpower so it looks chaotic but not messy. Try to plan the flow of the superpower so it doesn't cover the character face. Also, make it wrap around the character, not the panel. What's next? Of course, creating the line art for the comic. Draw the line art based on your sketch. Since this is fantasy action piece, the lines are usually bolder and thicker. What part should you draw? Judge the character. Here is an example of finished line art. Keep your earlier sketch of the power flow even though it's not directly included in the line art yet. Quick tip, make sure your line art feels dynamic and follow the motion of the superpower. Let the hair and clothing looks like they are being pushed by the wind. Avoid making any part of the character feel stiff or static, as if nothing is happening. Next is coloring stage. The process continues until you have completed the shading. Make the main light source come from the superpower itself. If you want to learn about how I color my webtoon, you can check out my other video where I explain my process in detail, from base color to shading. And this is the result after the coloring is complete. The colors are clear and clean, and the shading is neat. From here, we move on to the finishing process to achieve the result like this. First, turn the superpower sketch back on, and this time I will use a brush with Disco to create a superpower effect. If you have just downloaded it, you can add the brush by dragging into your brush tab like this. Next, you can create a new layer or folder to draw the superpower. First, focus on drawing the source of the power. For example, in this panel, I place the source in the character's palm. There, I draw a cluster or spiral of energy gathering in that spot. Next, draw the energy as it flows around the character, making sure it originates from the core you created earlier. Don't overdo it. Avoid letting the surrounding energy clutter the panel or distract from the character face. When drawing the surrounding energy, play with your pen pressure. Start with a sharp, taper tip at the source of the power. Let it grow thicker and larger as it moves outward. Then taper it down again as it fades away. Since I'm making the power a liquid type, I add a small bubble effect around it, using the same set brush as before. This becomes the first superpower design. After finishing the superpower drawing, we move on to the color adjustment for the final touch. You can change the color of the power using layer mode. For example, I use light blue with overlay and color dot setting to achieve this look. After that, we finish the background and the character so they match the color of the power. Keep the background simple with a gradient, dark at the bottom and gradually getting lighter toward the top. For the character, add a dark blue multiply layer. Then lightly erase the area hit by the light from the power using low opacity eraser. After that, refine the power effect further. Add an extra glow to the flow of the energy. Create a new layer and set it to add glow, and make it look like the edge of the power are emitting light. After that, you can add a motion blur effect to the power. Duplicate your power layer, then go to filter and choose motion blur. Adjust it until the effect is clearly visible. Then, lightly erase the center area and let the motion blur remain only along the edges. Apply the same idea to the character, but before that, add speed line to the panel to enhance the sense of motion. You can find speed line under the Use shortcut or in the Figure tab. Angle the speed line to match the character movement. Then, duplicate the character layer to apply the motion blur effect. After that, erase the blur in the focus area so the character face and the hand remains clear and sharp. You can tilt the panel to make the action feel more intense. After that, use a dark background color that contrasts with the power color. Finally, add a sound effect to the panel to represent the power. For that font, I'm using Trust Hand Regular. Adjust the font color to match the panel and add a black and white outline effect to make it stand out. And here is the result for the first panel. It's quite a lot even though it's technically just the finishing stage. Another example follow the same core idea. Start drawing the power from its source. Small at first, then expanding and spreading across the entire area. In this panel, I tried using different brushes to get different results. If you want to use magic circle to make a spell, you can just use assets so you don't have to create everything from scratch. There are plenty of free assets available in Clueso Paint assets for this kind of design. The key element to add in this kind of finishing are speed line and motion blur. Add speed line in the same direction as the character and apply motion blur around the area affected by the power. Just make sure it doesn't end up affecting the character face. Once everything is done, don't forget to add a sound effect as the final touch. Choose a font that is bold and strong so it's deliver that punchy, action-packed feel. So what do you guys think? Pretty easy, right? Just don't forget the key point I mentioned before. Make sure the power has a clear source so it feels directed and not messy. Add a tilt panel, speed line, and motion blur to really sell the sense of action. Then, as the final touch, always include a sound effect to bring it all together. There are plenty of free assets and brushes available too, so you don't have to go through the hassle of making everything from scratch. Just use what you like, and as long as you understand the concept, what needs to be done, and you will eventually be able to develop your own style. I have already listed some of the brushes I used earlier, so you can just search for them using the codes. If you still have any question, feel free to leave them in the comment. You can also check out my other tutorial video related to Webtoon. And that's all for now guys, see you next time, bye bye!